Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to your vinyasa flow, 30-minute flow. So we're actually going to start laying down on our mats today. So get comfortable in your starting shavasana. Legs can go long, arms can fall to the sides, and allow your whole body to sink into your mat. Tuck your shoulder blades under the back, leaving room to open through the chest, open through the belly. Let's place the right hand on top of the belly button and the left hand maybe resting on the chest, on the heart. Fluttering the eyes closed. As you fall into a comfortable place here, make sure you're tucking those shoulder blades together down the back. Wiggle your toes or rock through the feet until they fall into a comfortable place. Maybe rocking your head until it falls into that comfortable spot on your mat. And as you lay here, begin to tune into the body. Noticing your breath, every inhale, bringing in energy, bringing in prana. And every exhale is like a big release, allowing you to sink deeper, fall deeper into the mat. Feeling grounded and supported by the earth beneath you. Feeling your breath, every inhale presses into that lower hand, and every exhale drives your belly button towards the spine. Together, let's take a big inhale in through the nose, fill the belly. Exhale, a big sigh of relief. This time as you inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Full body stretch, big breath in. Exhale to release. Maybe grabbing your fingers together, intertwine the fingers, reach the arms up and overhead, point your toes, flex your toes, go long, wiggle through the ankles, release your hands from one another and start to roll through the wrists. Slowly slide up through the heels so your arms are still reaching up and overhead. And make sure your back is nice and flat on the mat so it's supported here. Your arms are reaching up and overhead on your inhale. And then on your exhale, press those hips towards the sky. So we're finding a gentle bridge pose. Hips press up. Draw those shoulder blades together under the back. Squeezing through your glutes as you drive those hips up. And then when you roll down and you lower your bum to your mat, I want you to focus rolling down from the top of your shoulders, slowly rolling down through those shoulder blades, through the middle back, and then lowering down all the way until your bum falls back to the earth. A nice slow, gradual release down towards the floor. So we're moving one vertebrae at a time. We're going to do that 2 more times. So inhale, press up through those hips. Allow the arms to come to the sides of the body. Inhale to reach the arms up and overhead. On your exhale, roll it down, top to bottom, nice and slow. Release through that spine. And then allow the arms to float to the sides of the body. One more time. Inhale, press up through those hips. Reaching the arms up and overhead. On your exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time, top to bottom. And then hug your knees in towards the belly, in towards the chest. Draw into center. Maybe you're lifting up through the head and the neck and the shoulders. Bring yourself into a tiny little ball. Draw circles with your knees. Rock around, roll around. Find what feels good for you tonight. And then slowly lower the upper back down towards the earth. Open the arms out to the side, make a big T. Shimmy the bum slightly to the right. We'll drop the knees to the earth on the left side. Look your gaze towards that right hand. Gentle twist through your spine. Gently inhale your knees back through center. Slowly shimmy the bum slightly to the left, and then we'll drop the knees to the earth on the right side. Flip your left palm up, look your gaze to your left hand. So tonight's vinyasa flow is all about lengthening as well as strengthening at the same time. Slowly inhale those knees back into center. Squeeze it in, make yourself into your tiny little ball, and you have the option to roll onto your side or rock your way forward and back to make your way into a seated position at the top of your mat. Inhale here. As you exhale, take the legs forward. Big breath in, fingertips reach towards the sky, so you're strong through that core. Fingertips are reaching up. On your exhale, little bend in the knees, exhale to forward fold. Try and keep the chest, the shoulders lifted. You're pressing forward with the belly first. On your inhale, lift it back up, reach those arms up and overhead, strong and straight through the spine. Spread through your fingers so your arms are strong. On your exhale, reach it back forward. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Maybe this time allow the hands to touch the earth. Press the belly deeper towards the thighs, but try not to round forward. Still keep those shoulders open. Inhale to lift it back up. Exhale, last time. Let's forward fold. Hold it here, 2 breaths. Slowly roll your way up to center, crossing the legs forward or sliding the legs beside you to rock your way forward. Find that tabletop position. Grounding through your hands and your knees. Take a big breath in to fill in for your cow pose. And exhale to round into your cat, chin to chest, opening through the upper back. One more bold breath here. Inhale to fill. Exhale to round. Neutral spine and center. Tuck your back toes under, press those hips up and back. Find your very first downward facing dog. So little bend in your knees, pressing into the hands to press your hips up and back, which will take a little bit of weight out of those wrists. Lengthening through the spine, looking your gaze towards the feet as you press your chest towards the legs. And then bend through your right knee, press the left heel down towards the earth. And switch, right heel presses down towards the earth, bend through that left knee. Neutral spine here in center, downward dog. Inhale forward, coming into a high plank. Your modification here is drop those knees down towards the earth. We're gonna hold for 1 full belly breath to ignite through the core. Keep those shoulder blades down the back. Inhale here. Exhale to release. If you're not on your knees yet, you can drop to your knees or float all the way down to your mat. Chest, belly relaxes down to the earth. Untuck those toes. Inhale to halfway lift, baby cobra. Exhaling to lower. Inhale, halfway lift, baby cobra. Engaging through that low back. Maybe you want to keep your hands on the earth. Maybe you take them to the sides. Reach those fingers back. All of us trying to lift up strong through the chest. Tuck those shoulder blades down the back, keeping the tops of the feet grounded. Inhale to lift up a little higher. And exhale, slide those hands back down towards the earth. Pressing through your tabletop, back downward facing dog. Bending through the knees, float your bum back, bend. Option a hop step or float it forward. Find an Uttanasana, forward fold. When you're here, a little bend in your knees, the whole body sinks into those legs. Press the belly towards your thighs, head, neck, shoulders. It should all fall forward. Surrender surrender into the pose. And shake your head to say no. Shake your head to say yes. Create a strong spine as you press into your fingertips. If your fingers are not touching the earth, bend through those knees so that they now are. So press into the fingertips as you try and straighten and lift open through the chest. Ground through the right foot, left foot steps back. Coming into a low lunge. Option is stay here, fingers grounded on the earth. Or you can lift up through those fingers, bring your hands to heart center. Or going for full arrowhead, take the arms to the sides of the body, pressing forward with the crown of the head. Take a breath in. Another modification here is drop to that back knee. We're here for 2 more breaths. Lengthen and strengthen, but listen to your body. Exhale to float those hands back down towards the earth if they're not there already. Lifting through the back knee. If it's lowered, let's hop that left foot forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten through the spine, lengthen through the back. Exhale to lower. Plant those hands, little bend in the knees, right leg goes back, low lunge. Option is stay as you are, fingertips stay grounded on the earth, or you can take those hands off the mat, bring them to heart center, or they can float to the sides of the body, finding arrowhead pose, crown of the head pressing forward. If this is too much for you, again, you can drop that back knee. Yogi's choice, 2 more belly breaths. Exhale to float the hands down towards the earth. All of us lifting through the back knee. Create a bend here to hop it forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale, rise it up to standing. Float those arms up and overhead. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Plant those hands, bend through the knees, hop, step, or float it back to rise, downward facing dog. Inhale, float forward, high plank. Option to drop to those knees, or floating all the way down, yogi's choice, whatever's within your practice tonight. Meeting on the mat, bellies touch the earth. Inhale to halfway lift, baby cobra. Draw those shoulder blades down the back. Option is stay here. Maybe your fingertips are still pressing on the earth and you're just focusing on building that lower back strength. If you want to take it that step further, arms come to the sides, spread through the fingers, lift up through the chest, toes stay grounded. Third level, you can lift up through the feet in addition to lifting up through that chest. We're here for 2 more breaths, so pick which version is best for you. Try and draw those feet together if your legs are lifted. Exhale to slowly lower. Everyone plant those hands at the sides of the chest. Rise up through your tabletop. Inhale to fill into your cow pose. And exhale to round into cat. Neutral spine here in center. Maybe wiggle through the hips. Spine mode feels good. Maybe a few more cat-cows. Find a neutral spine in center and bring your feet together, or your knees together. You're gonna take that right leg back. So right leg goes long, point to your toes. Feel the strength building in your right glute, and then notice what your belly's doing. If your belly's falling down towards the earth, we wanna straighten and flatten through the spine, engaging through the core. If you're good as you are, stay here. Lengthen through that back leg. Just picture your toe flying off of your mat and go long through the body. If you want to take it into that next version, level 2, take the left arm forward, reach those fingertips forward while you reach the toes back. Find length with the body, but strengthening through the core. Keep a nice flat back. 2 more breaths. Exhale to plant back down through that left hand, dropping through the right knee. Take an inhale to fill into your cow. Exhale to round into cat. Neutral spine and center. Knees are back together. This time, left leg going back. Find length. Find strength in your left glute. Notice your core. Try not to let it drop down towards the earth. Finding engagement here. And then take the right arm forward if it's within your practice, or keeping it on the earth. Lengthen through the body. You should try to reach your fingertips off and over the top of your mat, and your toes are flying off the back. 3 more breaths. Exhale to drop through that right hand, plant through the left knee. Take a breath in to fill into your cow pose. On your exhale, instead of rounding into cat, tuck those back toes under, press up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale to hop, step, or float it forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to lower. Create a little bend in your knees, fingertips still touching the earth. And then slowly start to lower through the bum as you take those hands off the earth. Bring the arms, the hands can come to heart center, or the arms can float up towards the sky. Finding a chair pose, sit a little deeper. Scoop that tailbone under so you're active through the core. Arms are long, spread your fingers wide, or if your hands are at heart center, press the palms together to activate through the biceps. Find length and strength through the spine. Make sure when you look at those toes, you can see them. Sit a little deeper, 2 more breaths. Inhale to rise it up. Exhale, slight back bend. Inhaling up to center, planting through the right foot. We'll step that left foot back, crescent lunge. Slight bend in your back knee. Inhale here. Option to stay as you are. Option to float those hands to the sides of the body as you bring your belly above the thigh. Lengthen through that back leg, finding your arrowhead pose. 1 breath here. And then inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, sweep the hands back. Finding length through the spine while we strengthen through that front leg. Your inhales reach. Exhales to sweep it back. 1 more time. And on that next inhale, as you sweep it forward, slight bend in your back knee, arms reach up and overhead, meeting our fellow yogis back in our crescent lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, take the hands down towards the earth. Plant through those hands. We'll step the right foot back to rise downward dog. Option is stay here, stay as you are, or take 1 vinyasa, 1 flow. If you know what that is, go ahead. If you'd like to do a beginner flow with my guidance, you can follow me here. Inhale, forward high plank. Drop knees, chest and chin all the way to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift for a baby cobra. Exhale to lower. Press through your tabletop. Back downward facing dog. All of us meeting here together, take a breath in. And a big breath out, sinking into your down dog. Slowly start to take your dog for a walk. Feet coming all the way to the top of your mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to lower. Plant those fingertips to the earth. Start to bend through the knees as you sweep the arms up, whether they're coming to heart center or towards the sky. Find your strong chair. Make sure to scoop that tailbone under. Look at those toes. 3 breaths here. And inhale to rise to standing. Exhale to plant through the left foot. Right foot goes back, crescent lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Little bend in your back knee here. If you'd like to stay here, stay as you are. Focus on your balance in your crescent. Or we're sweeping those arms to the sides of the body. Belly comes to the thigh, arrowhead pose. Shooting that energy through the crown of your head as you lengthen through the spine. Inhale to sweep the arms forward. Exhale to sweep it back. Inhale to sweep forward. Strengthening through that left leg. Stay with me. Last one. Inhale to reach those arms forward. Slight bend in your back knee as you sweep it up. Meet our fellow yogis in that crescent lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, take the hands down to surround that left foot. We'll step the left foot back, rise downward dog. Option to stay here, option to take that vinyasa, that flow. If you've been doing a beginner flow and you'd like to learn the advanced version, you can follow me. Inhale forward, high plank, elbows stay glued to the sides. Chaturanga, you come to a hover. Flip your toes for up dog. Back downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, everyone walking to the top of their mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Sink into those legs. Creating a little bend in your knees. If your hands are not on the earth, bend them enough so that they are. We want to press into the fingertips to press those hips up and back, deepening the stretch into your hamstrings. Gently tuck your chin towards your chest, rounding through the spine as you roll your way up. Rising your way to center, doing one big shoulder roll at the top. Stepping your right foot to the top of your mat, take that left leg back. We're going to transition through our lunge, opening out to the side, and then straightening through both legs. So now I'm turning horizontally on my mat, legs out nice and wide. I'm going to bend into my right leg. This is where you're going to notice if you need to make an adjustment. When you bend into your right leg coming into a lateral lunge, can your fingertips come to the inside of that leg? Or do you need to take your legs out wider so that you can go a little bit lower to get those hands on the mat? Whatever version you're in, make sure your legs are wide enough that your hands, you can put the weight into your hands. From here, you're bending low into the right leg, and then you're going to put the weight to crawl through center to bend into the left leg, lifting up through the left heel. Flip those right toes up towards the sky. So this is our ninja, yogi ninja. Crawl through center, flip the left toes up, lifting up through the right heel as my knee is out, hands to the inside of the right leg. Side to side, crawl your way through center, dropping the bum to the left side, lift through the left heel, right toes turn up. It's a great way to strengthen and lengthen through the legs and the hips. So you have two options here. Take your time, this is your practice. You can either stay using the hands, make your way from side to side. Maybe you're spending a little bit more time on one side or the other, going nice and slow, whatever feels good for you. If you want to focus more on strengthening in addition to lengthening, hands can come to heart center. Stay as low as you can to hover and lower into your ninja on each side. So just like always in our flows, you're following your breath. So your inhales lift you out of the pose and your exhales sink you in. On your next inhale, I want everyone to come back onto their hands, but then crawl your hands into center so you're in a really low squat. Turn the blade edges of your feet so they're in line with the top and bottom of your mat, and then press those hips up and back, wide-legged forward fold. Allow your head, your neck, your upper body to fall down into the pose, so soften here. Shake your head to say no. Shake your head to say yes. And slowly, with a bend in your legs, tuck your chin towards your chest, round through the spine, roll your way up to standing. A nice big shoulder roll at the top. And take those feet back to the top of your mat. Take a big breath in. Exhale to forward fold, Uttanasana. Plant through those hands, bend through your knees. Stepping the feet back into your downward dog. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the right knee to the inside of the right wrist. Allow that left knee to slide back. Untuck your back toes. We're finding our pigeon pose, but we're going to keep it active for tonight. So you're opening through the hips. We're going to press into those fingertips. Lifting up tall through the chest. Flick your gaze towards the sky. On your exhale, plant through those hands. Tuck your back toes under. Lift through that back knee. We'll slide the right leg through and rise up. Inhale here. Exhale, wiggle through those hips. And then let's switch sides. So left leg lifts up gently, and then slide the left knee to the inside of the left wrist. Right knee slides back. Untuck those back toes. Keep it active in your pigeon. So press into the fingertips. Lift up tall through the chest. My hips are square towards the top of the mat. On your exhale, plant through those hands. Tuck your back toes under. Lift through that back knee, and then we'll slide the left leg up and back. Inhale here. Exhale, drop your knees down towards the earth. Untuck those toes. Toes come together. Reaching the arms forward. Allow the bum to sink back for a child's pose. Allow your forehead to fall towards the earth, or maybe your forearms are crossed in front of you. You can let your head rest here. Slowly begin to slide your hands back into center on your mat, lifting up through your gaze. Slide your way into your tabletop and take a breath in to fill into your cow. And then exhale to round into your cat. Create a neutral spine in center. Allow your knees to float forward gently. And then finding yourself in a seated position on your mat. As you sit up nice and tall in your meditation seat, lift up through those shoulders and then draw your shoulder blades down your back. Tuck your right ear down towards your right shoulder. Gentle stretch through the left side of the neck. If this feels good, stay here. If you'd like to take your left arm behind the back, you're going to grab onto your right elbow. Slowly release that arm as your left arm goes down to the mat. You're going to drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Right arm comes behind the back to grab for that left elbow. Slowly release that elbow as you lift up through your gaze. Now draw your chin in towards your chest and center. And rocking your head from side to side. Drawing your gaze back to center. Lifting up through the head, take an inhale into the shoulders as you draw them towards the ears, and then exhale, draw those shoulder blades down the back. Inhale to lift. Exhale to release. And then inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, draw the hands into heart center. As you intertwine the fingers, press those palms away. Stretching through the hands. And then slowly release those fingers, roll through the wrists. And then take a really big breath in, reach those arms up. Exhale, draw the hands into heart center. Press the palms together this time, holding here. I want to thank you so much for sharing your practice with me here tonight. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.